When are you going to decide if this pivot was really worth it?
It's still years out, Emily. I think they've said the road to the metaverse is going to take, multiple years, and it's not just Facebook; it's the whole tech ecosystem that's going to drive this forward. So this isn't going to be an overnight success. And then remember, you have the economy, which is pulling back. The first thing companies do when the macro economy gets tougher is they cut their ad dollars. So all social media, Snap, Twitter, Facebook, you go across the board, right? They're all feeling the pain as the global macro dims. You're going to see less ad dollars flow. So there's a double whammy right now: the metaverse investment combined with the headwind of the macro. And I think for many in tech right now, it's a tough road ahead. Obviously, a lot of these stocks have already embedded a lot of the bad news, but what we're finding in this market is that the more bad news that keeps coming, these stocks really aren't embedding it ahead of time. They continue to drift lower, and that's across tech. This isn't just a meta issue, so that continues to be a big drag for tech in the short term.
Do you think Meta should consider spinning off businesses like Instagram, for example, where there's just seemingly potentially a more reliable future profit engine?
I don't think spinning is going to change anything. I think, many have asked on Amazon, why wouldn't they just spin AWS off? And ultimately, you don't want to, the analogy of you don't want to lose your star student in your household because it helps the other kids in the house, right? So if you think about AWS and Amazon, or for Facebook with Instagram, it's their star right now. So I don't think they necessarily want to lose the star at this point. I don't think that's a primary driver at this point. It's a possibility, and certainly you can make the case, for many tech companies that they could consider that at this point. But again, I think what we're dealing with is a global tech storm that's impacting everyone. And this isn't going to change, anything in the short term. Investors right now are out of the space. They want to see signs of recovery, and so I think this is a broader topic that goes beyond just Facebook. But I don't think an Instagram split off is in the works.
Right, but what does Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Alphabet? What do they have that Meta doesn't have?
Well, Amazon's got a powerhouse in software. When you think about AWS, it's their profit engine. It's their biggest source of growth, and it's their most durable piece of the business. And so why would you want to lose that business and spin it off? We can see it. We know the numbers. It's embedded in the business. We can see it. I think the challenge for Instagram is we don't know all the exact numbers. And so that's what's hard to ascribe a value for it in the sum of the parts. And so I think that is the difference at Amazon. For Microsoft, many of their clouds are intertwined between the operating system and the cloud, Azure, Office. A lot of these clouds are intertwined. They're not going to spin that off. Many had talked, would they spin the entertainment business off? And I think they were pretty clear they're keeping it. So I don't think we're going to see a big shakeup in terms of spin-offs because the market's gone down. This is a global macro pullback. The tech industry has to weather the storm, if you will, in the short term. And I think many of the multiples have already been impaired. So perhaps we could see it at some point, but that's not really been a question we've been getting from investors at this point. I think the number one question is, when does this thing turn around? And I think many still believe we could be in for a wild ride for tech into early 23 before technology companies really acknowledge the weakness in the overall global environment. Many have not. They have not taken down guidance. They've not lowered the bar. And until the bar is lowered, no investor wants to jump in the pool until they know the pool is safe.
So, Brent, we've got our big Bloomberg Tech Summit coming up in London, and we're gathering some content for our Markets Live blog. I have a question for you for that. Do you believe in the metaverse, and do you believe it'll change how businesses and people interact with each other in 2 years? That's the time frame. Yes or no?
No, I do not. I think it's going to be longer out. I think it's going to take time.
What about for the rest of the year? Go ahead.
I think that this is a multi-year journey, and remember, it's this is the remaking of the internet. It's the remaking of these experiences. It's ways that we can engage as in business, is the way that doctors and patients can engage. It's the way that contractors and their clients can engage on the site. I mean, there is elements of the metaverse today that make sense, but I think it's still a long ways off. And I think when investors hear a new wave is coming, they suddenly throw in their model and think it's going to be immediate overnight. I'm very bullish about the opportunity set, but I actually think the opportunity is going to take longer to come into the fold, and it'll take time. It'll take longer than 2 years for us to really see this in a big way.